Hey world, it's Ben. Want to come back with another video. Guys, I'm going to come back with a quick video about what I mentioned in my last video. I mentioned amen because remember at the end of all prayers you guys say amen. Or we all, went back when I was, in religion, I would say amen at the end of my prayers. Never knew what it was about, okay? And like I said, when you do your research, you find out in the Hebrew religion, amen means, it is or let it be or, it is so. But if you go back further, okay, to like 1570 BC, there was a god called Amun, or Amen, or Amun, who was the sun god, okay? And then, of course, you had the, those that are in the Kemetic community understand that, when I say Amun, that I have to attach Amun Ra, okay? And what is Amun Ra? Amun Ra is the son of God. And this is all Egyptian Kemetic lore, okay? And so those that are melanated, I think it's important that you understand this, that, we worship back in, because when I say we, there's only to me, before my doctrine used to always subscribe to the notion that there are, there's only one race, which of course the Most High created one race, but he created two in those races. You dig? You have melanated Afro people, those that are melanated with afros. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then you have those that are, pale skin and straight hair. There are differences in our culture. There are differences in our biology. There are differences in our anatomical makeup. So it just baffles me that we don't like to keep it real and understand that there are differences. Okay? Now, morally and empathically, come on, man, there is no difference. It's just like animals in the animal kingdom. We have all these different species of animals. You dig? But in each species, there are certain differences in each species. And it's the same with us as humans. We're spiritual beings, but there are particular differences that allow us to adapt to our environment. Because remember, where you live affects how you live. Okay? But doesn't it amaze you that like over different ethnicities and cultures, that term amen is prevalent. Okay. And so I would even like to go back even further to Kemetic teachings where we go back to Asar and Aset and Set. See, this is a biblical story that goes way back, guys, into the Kemetic hieroglyphics, into the Meta Nature. And what it basically is, and when I found out this information, that's what made me more spiritual than religious. Because when I found out that there were other immaculate conceptions, other messiahs, other individuals in different cultures that they perceive as the Son of God, then it made me open my mind to just the reality of our existence, other and not just being focused on one particular doctrine. Because then once you put yourself in that box, then how are you going to explore the world and your existence? You dig? So, I think as individuals, guys, I don't think we should ever put ourselves in a box. We need to always be able to explore every aspect of humanity. And so when I go back to Kemet, and I understood and done the research about Asar, Aset, and Haru, which, once the Greeks came into Egypt, or Kemet, they changed those names to Osiris, Isis, and Horus. And most of you guys have heard of Osiris and Isis. If you're in my age group, 50 or older, you remember we used to watch Shazam, which is our Superman back then, that we used to watch every day, Shazam. And then the Shazam hero was a lightning bolt type of hero, and he got his powers from nature, from the thunderstorms and the lightning. And then of course his teammate was Isis. Now of course you got to be 50 or above to remember this. But then when I come back to today, I'm like, wow, Isis was actually a Set. And if we go back to Kemetic lore, Asar, okay, was a king. And what happened to Asar, if you go into the Bible and you remember the story of Cain and Abel, the Asar, Aset, and Set story is similar to that. You had two brothers, Asar, which was good, Set, which was evil. Set kills Asar, cuts his body up in 13, 14 pieces, and spread it all over Kemet. Aset, which was Asar's wife, Isis, she found her husband's body parts, but she found only 13. She didn't find all 14. It was one body part missing, and it was Asar's, her husband's penis, his ability to reproduce. Never found it because the Set threw it in the waters and the alligators ate it. But guess what happened? Once she found all the body parts of her husband, she attached him, wrapped him, okay? His body came to life. He ascended to heavens, and he was able to come back to his wife and impregnate her. The first Immaculate Conception during that time. And she had a son, and she named him Haru. And he was the present day, at that particular time, Messiah. Okay? Set, the brother that killed Haru's husband, Haru's dad, of course, he gained vengeance, or he got revenge and killed his uncle, and he ascended to heaven as a hawk. And it's mighty ironic that the symbolism of Haru is the hawk, and the symbolism for the national bird in America is the eagle. You dig? And so that tells you kind of like that combination from Osiris and Isis, which is actually Asar and Aset. Okay? So it's just a beautiful story, guys. Don't think for 1 minute that the Jesus narrative with the Immaculate Conception happened was the first story that happened. No, it actually happened in Kemet. It happened in the other religions as well. Krishna, Buddha, Apollo, all of them was Immaculate Conceptions. All of them birthday December 25th. Okay. So don't put yourself in the box. Okay. This was basically a video to give you a little knowledge about why you say amen, and to push it back to even further to the story of Osiris and Isis and Horus, which is actually Asar, Aset, and Haru. Okay? But guys, I want to come back with a knowledge. In the meantime, between time, in the Most High Saudi, bring you joy, and being with is out of 5,000.